Reflecting on professional roles means we need to think for ourselves what we really mean by professionalism. And it's true to say that professionalism for a teacher is not simply a matter of having expertise of a subject. That's clearly insufficient. There are other things for the reflective practitioner, for the teaching professional, which are equally important. One of those is the ability to work with their subject knowledge, the content of what they're teaching, in innovative and imaginative ways. There's another consideration, and that's the pedagogy of the subject. Professionalism is about being able to teach and share our knowledge in ways which are varied and very wide-ranging, because our students will all learn uniquely and individually, and we need to use approaches which can catch every student. And in this regard, a significant notion of professionalism we need to consider is that we should have a concern for all students' learning, rather than making sure we're achieving the curriculum objectives on a day-to-day basis, whether we're getting through our lesson plans, but actually whether the students are keeping up with the pace of the lesson. All of the students are benefiting and learning as we go. And what underlies all of this is a notion of fairness in terms of professionalism, how we're working to support all students, and how we see all students as not only unique but also in need of our support and encouragement. So we can look at these focus areas when we're considering professionalism, and these focus areas in relation to the roles that we have and the identity that we develop as teachers. And in this regard, we can consider particular areas of focus. Professionalism is made up of many, many different components, and these components all add together to develop teacher identity. Professionalism is made up of certain areas that we need to consider in terms of development. There's intellectual development, or in other words, the knowledge of our subject. And there's also functional development, the ability that we have to pass on that knowledge to others. And then there's also attitudinal development. Professionalism is made up of our values and beliefs about teaching and learning, and how these described to people and experienced by people in the classroom. And in terms of these development areas for professionalism, there are certain areas of change that we can look at. Change in terms of the knowledge that we have and how we rationalize that knowledge, how we perceive change, and also the procedural changes that we go through as we develop. There can also be evaluative changes that we need to make, how we go about our work and thinking about our work. And even the outputs, the outcomes, our development can be looked at from a change point of view. Perhaps the most significant change that we can look at would be the motivational change that occurs as teachers develop their identity. And so this becomes a strong mechanism for how teachers motivate themselves throughout their careers.